welcome. My name is Jennifer Barish, and I'll be your astrologer this week for your weekly weather and horoscopes for the week of September 26th through October 2nd, the eclipse week, the big new moon eclipse that's coming, the second of this eclipse cycle, and I'm going to tell you all about it. We've got 4 things to watch for, and then we'll get to the horoscope. So let's get going. Let's get moving. I'm so happy you're here with me today and can share in this forecast because I think it's important. I think that when we know the astrological energy, it allows us to prepare. Just like it's raining outside, we can put on our hat, we can grab our umbrella and put on our rain boots, and we're more prepared than we were before. And that's why astrology can be so helpful and beneficial to you. So we are getting into the depths of Libra season this week, and you're going to feel very Libran. Now, what are Libra qualities? It is about friendship and partnership. So relationship topics can come up, but it's also about balance, equality, fairness, tolerance, having a more open mind toward things that maybe are unlike you. You know, it's the group dynamics, what's happening with your team, on your work group, with the people that you partner with and spend time with. So you'll notice some of these dynamics coming up for the rest of this month while we're in Libra season, while the sun is in Libra. But you're going to feel it a little bit more given that Mercury is moving into Libra on Thursday, September 26th. Now, Mercury talks about our mental processes, our thoughts, the way we communicate, the way we talk to other people, how we're responding in social media to like emails that we've got to send out, responses, maybe we're a little nicer. Libra is ruled by Venus, and so there is a sweet quality to Libra, looking for the beauty in things, trying to find kind of the sugar coating or the silver lining. And you may notice that as you're communicating, all of a sudden you have a little more pleasant way of being able to say what you need to say, especially when Mercury moves into Libra this Thursday. So Mercury will be in Libra for a short period, only for like 3.5 weeks this time, before Mercury really switches gears going into Scorpio. But this little time period is going to allow you to be, like I said, more open-minded, to have an ability to see both sides. It's the energy of the mediator and the peacekeeper. So I think we could all use a little more peacefulness or peacemaking in our lives. And, the communication will kind of have a vibe like that. We'll be able to wear our diplomacy sunglasses. We're going to be more fair. We're going to see the goodness in what other people are saying and their point of views, and kind of that can we all just get along kind of vibe. So that starts on Thursday. And then Sunday, our next big aspect that we're looking for, the second of 4 things to watch for. Sunday, September 29th, we have Mars and Saturn are playing well together. That's a good sign. So Mars is our gas pedal. It's your inner determination, your drive. It's the way you move things, the way you make things happen. And it is in a trine aspect with the planet Saturn. Now, Saturn is where the rules are. Saturn is where the boundaries, the blocks, the barriers, all the walls that you come up against. When you're trying to get something done and all of a sudden there's problem after problem after problem, these two are working together, and they're both in water signs. So Mars is in Cancer and Saturn is in Pisces, and these waters are going to start flowing together. The streams are merging, and this is our will and our rules, our structures are meeting together in the middle, and they are syncing up. They are getting along. So you may be able to see what you need to do with this energy and then be able to act on it, just like you've got green light, green light, green light ahead. The road is going to be clear. You're going to be more effective, and you're going to get to make some good progress. Now, Cancer is concerned with the topics of home and family and likes to kind of stay on home base. And so maybe this energy is going to have something to do with work you're trying to get done at home. It may be cleaning out the garage. It may be putting out the fall decorations. It might be raking up the leaves. It might be some fall painting you're trying to get done. You're finishing a remodeling project, things like that. So this energy is going to support you. Those waters are coming together. They are merging, and it's fluid. So it may kind of go back and forth, but you're going to be able to use this energy. And so it's exact on Sunday. So let's think about coming in 2 days before on Friday to 2 days after, which will be Tuesday. So we're really going to feel our willpower and that merging of getting the stuff done happening for a good part of this week. This is really good, get it done kind of energy, and I hope that you get to see that and use that in your life. Next, the third thing to watch for this week happens on Monday. So as we're coming into that new moon, Mercury is tracking really close to the new moon, and Mercury and the sun actually come together. They are standing at the same place in the sky. That's called a cazimi. They are holding hands in the sky. And just like a new moon, it's a new beginning of a Mercury story. So this could have something to do with communication. And so think if you've got that Libra and Mercury and you've got, sugary words, you're just real smooth. You're able to communicate well. All of your responses to your emails are nice. Your social media is working out good. Mercury also rules transportation. So if you've been having some car issue, I think it's going to smooth out a little bit, or at least light will come to it. Because what happens is when the sun and Mercury come together, Mercury's standing in front of that sun and the sun is just shining on Mercury issues, okay? And so they're combining forces. The brightness allows reveals. It allows messages to get there that couldn't get there before. We are seeing and hearing what we couldn't see before, a type of clarity. Okay, clarity and clarifying energy that's going to show you something. So I want you to listen to what you hear. I want you to watch. Things that are coming to reveals right now with the Sun Mercury cazimi. You're going to see something new, and it's a new beginning. Okay, so I want you to look to see where that happens for you this week. And then the fourth thing, most important, the big event of the week is that new moon and solar eclipse. It's happening at 2:49 p.m. on October 2nd, which is next Wednesday. So we'll be building into that new moon. Now, traditionally, a new moon, we do have this eclipse, but traditionally, it's kind of a quieter time. When you have a new moon, it's a more internal, we go inward, we're reflecting. It's the beginning of a new cycle. It's the seeding time when you're planting your seeds before you're actually ready to make things happen, okay? And that solar eclipse is coming in to disrupt. Anytime there's an eclipse, it's disruptive energy. Think about the sun and the moon. They're not working together like how they normally do, and it's kind of like a lights out moment. That moon is blocking the sun's rays, and all of a sudden it's like a power surge. It's like in, out. And you may feel that way. You may feel like something just stops, and then all of a sudden there's a surge of new energy. So an eclipse happens when we have that new moon or full moon at one of the nodal axes, okay? And this one is happening near the south node in Libra. So it indicates that there is some release or some letting go or some karmic change to a Libran theme. So Libran themes, think about partnerships, think about jobs. Maybe you're letting go of an old job so you can start a new job. I've already heard that story, and we are in eclipse window, so it could already be happening. Maybe you have too many jobs and you need to let go of one job so that you can focus on another job. And so this can happen in relationships. Issues in marriages and partnerships may be volatile during this new moon energy. So, take care, watch your words, don't say things you don't mean during this eclipse, or the few days, we're in this shadow window, the few days before and after, because it can be very hurtful. And in fact, I'll talk a little bit more about that. But first, before we go there about relationships, I wanted to say a couple of things. One is that this eclipse is happening at 10 degrees Libra. So I want you to look in your chart and see if you have anything at 10 degrees, especially your sun or your moon. You're going to really feel this eclipse. It's, going to be clicking at anything that is at 10 degrees. It's going to be conjunct that Mercury still. Mercury will have moved 2 degrees away from the sun, but it's still really, really close. It's in a tight orb. And this is highlighting new growth. And when you see repeating themes like this, you see this Mercury Cazimi, and then all of a sudden Mercury with this new moon, with this eclipse. That's 3 repeating themes there. Something's happening around your communication, around your writing, around your publishing, your podcasting, talks you give, whatever ways that you communicate with each other, or mediums that you connect with other people. You're getting ready to get that power surge. It may be a boost out to bring a boost in, but something is definitely changing. So the next thing about this solar eclipse, this new moon, is that it is also conjunct an asteroid called Black Moon Lilith. And some people use this, some people don't, but because it's so tight, it's like a 1 degree orb, I wanted to mention it. In astrology, Black Moon Lilith represents this mysterious, primal part of our human psyche. Sometimes it's about female empowerment. It also can signify our hidden desires, repressed emotions, our shadow side. So we're doing kind of shadow work. So maybe some inner stuff like power play, power dynamic, something happening between that feminine and masculine energy could be coming up for you. There are themes of empowerment, autonomy for women, self-assertion. It can also be where we face temptation. So that could be temptation to like eat the cheesecake when you're on your diet, That's reminding me like, okay, I want to take it easy. I don't want to eat too many sweets this weekend. But wherever you're facing temptation, that's coming along with this new moon eclipse. So you'll want to pay attention to that. And then there's also a sense of rebellion with this new moon. Wanting to rebel against something. Maybe it's that feminine masculine vibe again. Rebelling against, the male element, the patriarchy. Lilith symbolizes a rejection of patriarchal authority. And her mythology ties to, kind of being against the man. So wherever you're feeling against the man, air quotes, that energy may come up for you, and you may feel resistance to be controlled. So even if you are male, it may be you're feeling like, I don't want to be controlled about this thing, or you sense somebody else trying to manipulate you, or there being some power play by some external force, and your barriers, your walls come up. The other thing about this new moon, coming back to relationship issues, is that Mars is squaring this new moon, and Mars is in Cancer. And when Mars is in Cancer, he's kind of in that remembrance mode, holding on to the past memories, past hurts, maybe feeling a little hurt, a little angry, so old issues might come up, and you might be holding on to something or being overly protective. And these things are going to come to a head. That's one thing that eclipses do, is they bring things to light, bring things to a head, and it's like pops it, okay? When you have that lights out moment, that power surge. And so we may see that some old stories, some old vibe, some old hurt that we were dealing with, it comes up, and this eclipse is able to disrupt it, to change it, to help you to change the storyline. It is a new moon now, so you're able to look at it from a Libran perspective. You're able to see both sides. You're able to be more open-minded, and hopefully you're able to let it go. That would be the prayer and wish for this new moon, is that you're able to release that. So keep in mind, it can be like 3 to 6 months before you get an answer, before things are completely resolved or dissolved or changed. But with a new moon comes a sort of a healing. In Libra, it allows us to find our balance, to get our equilibrium. So even though things may feel a little unsettled, the first part of the week with that eclipse energy, if you're very sensitive, think about you're going to find your balance out of this. Sometimes we got to get things off kilter before we get things back in order. And it will let you have a fresh start. Just remember those themes of partnership, collaborations, cohabitations, maybe people you live with, your business partners, people you work with. All of these things are going to be impacted. And then this eclipse also comes with a little special memo. If you were born between 1971 and 1984, you have Pluto in Libra. What does that mean, Jen? Okay, well, that means that your natal Pluto is going to be right near this eclipse point. It might even be conjunct. If you are in the 46 to 48-year-old age range, it's going to be really close. Let's say 46 to 50 age range. If you are 46 years old to 50, this eclipse is hitting on your Pluto. That is going to be a powerful shift for you. There are power dynamics coming up. Someone has been trying to manipulate you or control you, or you've controlled yourself, and all of a sudden you are coming out. This is your time to shine. This new moon eclipse, my Pluto Librans, is going to help you own your own power, to become more, with Mercury there, communicative, to be able to express yourself better, to be able to talk about what you need to talk about, to be able to say what you need to say. It is signaling transformation, power dynamics, regeneration, evolution, justice, harmony. If you have fear of conflict, you have fear of speaking up for yourself, gone. It's going to wash it away. Also, if there are creative impulses, if you're kind of wanting to do something, you've been thinking about it, you want to make some type of art, and art can be many things. It can be writing, it can be talking. There are lots of ways it can be gardening. Those like Venusian ways that we make beauty out in the world, that's going to be triggering. And it's hitting into your Pluto house. You're going to be able to make a change. So maybe it's time to redecorate. But talking about flowers, if you've been a wallflower, I really think this eclipse is going to help you to be a wallflower no more. You are going to find your voice. You're going to find your flow. You're going to find your way to be able to express yourself more fully than you've been able to do thus far in your life. So I want you to watch for that. You may be ready to step into your power, taking control of your life, and I want you to look to the house that Pluto is in your natal chart, and you'll be able to see where this eclipse and new moon are hitting at. And I'm going to hint at it in our horoscopes as I talk through each horoscope. But you need to go run your natal chart. If you go to astro.com, you can run a free natal chart. You don't ever have to pay for a natal chart. I will run one for you. My tag is magicallifeastrology.com. I will run you a free natal chart. Find an astrologer. They can help you to interpret what this means, that this new moon eclipse is happening right dead on your Pluto. If you are that 45, 46 to 50-year-old age range, it is close. It is right there. It is conjunct. So this is an important and powerful eclipse for you guys that have Pluto in Libra. So now, let's go on to the horoscopes. We'll start. Let's see. We've got your new moon solar eclipse on Tuesday horoscope for Aries. I'm going through my notes here. Bear with me. So Aries, this solar eclipse in Libra is coming right into your relationship house. It's going to be all about partnership. It is a potent time for relationships. Expect powerful shifts in your romantic or business partners. You may form new alliances or let go of old ones that aren't good for you anymore. It's a time for you to evaluate how balanced and fair your relationships are. Are you happy with that leveling? Are you giving too much? Are they giving too much? This eclipse is going to let you see that. And if there's an imbalance, it's also going to let you address that issue. So, my Aries friends, you're going to be trying to bring your relationships into equilibrium. So, it's a partnership evolution for you, Aries. Next, we have Taurus. Taurus, this new moon eclipse is happening in your work life, in your routines, and in your health. So, Taurus, I want you to work to stay well. You need to be taking your vitamins and your probiotics, said the mom, who's also a Leo, watching after everybody. But, Taurus, you need to take care of your health. So, if you are tired, you need to rest. You need to retreat during this new moon and make sure that you stay well, mentally, emotionally, and physically well. It's a powerful time for transforming your work-life balance. So maybe you've been working too hard. Taurus, we know that you're a workaholic, you're a workhorse, and you need to take a look at that. You may also start a new job. You may adopt healthier habits, and you might change up your daily schedule so that it suits you better. It makes you feel better. It creates more harmony in your household, and everybody's getting along a little bit better. Pay attention to how your work relationships can improve and how you can be more productive without burning out. And that's really important. So, Taurus, I want you to take care of your health this week. The eclipse says so. It's time to get healthy. Gemini, this week, this eclipse activates creativity, romance, and self-expression. So if you are not in partnership, this might be your time. You might be finding someone, Gemini. It's an exciting time for new beginnings in love, creative projects, or even a new hobby or passion project, something that just lights you up. If you have been suppressing your creative desires, this eclipse will encourage you to explore them, to find ways to learn about them. Gemini energy is all about learning and growing and also teaching. So teaching may be in there somewhere. Romantic relationships could experience a transformation, opening new doors to joy and passion for you. And those are key words for you, Gemini. Look for what brings you joy. If it doesn't bring you joy, put it down, get rid of it, go do something that feels like fun. You need fun in your life with this eclipse. Cancer, this solar eclipse in Libra is going to illuminate your family, your home, your roots, your ancestry, all your emotional foundations. So you may experience changes within your family dynamics or your living situation. So somebody might be moving out or alternately moving in. This is a good time to reflect on emotional security and making adjustments to your home environment to create more peace and balance and beauty and harmony. So it might be time to get a new picture. It might be time to paint the walls, new lamps, a new couch. All these things can come up. A relocation or shift in how you relate to family could be happening. So you might be changing the way you think about family. It could be you're an empty nester and your kids are growing up and moving on, and you think, gosh, I'm in this big old house and maybe I just need to downsize. Maybe we need to look at doing something smaller. Maybe we want to travel. Maybe we want to get an RV and go out on the road. Your focus is going to be, Cancer, on home, family, and emotional well-being. So I want you to look and see how that eclipse shines for you. Next, we have Leo. Leo, this is all about learning for you. This eclipse is highlighting communication, learning, teaching, siblings, local environments. So think about the street you live on, your neighborhood, your township, your local spaces. If you go to church, your school, the little places where you go shopping. So all those kinds of small local spaces, your fishbowl basically that you live in, that is where the eclipse is shining for you. So new ideas, learning opportunities, important conversations can happen right now. You could experience changes related to your neighbors or to your siblings. And it's a great time to initiate a new course of study. You're learning something new or improving how you communicate and how you connect to other people. So notice this repeating theme of communication, all this Mercury energy. Leo, it's really coming through for you. It is your time to refine how you're shining, i.e., how your words come out of your mouth, how you are communicating, how you are working and collaborating with other people. And that is your horoscope for this week. Virgo, this eclipse is talking about your money. It's all about finances, resources, and your self-worth. So the eclipse may shine light on new financial opportunities. You could find yourself reevaluating your relationship with money and material possessions. Maybe you're ready to let go of some things so you can bring something new in. Maybe you're not saving as much as you wish that you would. Maybe you don't pay attention to your checkbook and it's time to get on point and put that Virgo energy to work. This is a powerful period for you, Virgo, to start new financial habits or pursue a new income stream. So I want you to watch where it comes in, because sometimes we can miss opportunities. You need to pay attention. Finances, self-worth, material security. Those are key words for you this week, Virgo. And then Libra. I'm going to stop and get a drink. Thank you for your patience. Libra, with the new moon and solar eclipse, it is shining into your identity, your self-expression, and really, like, this is your birthday time. You have an eclipse basically on your birthday, in your birthday chart, in your solar return chart. That eclipse is shining in there somewhere, and it's going to color your whole season. It is time for a new you, Libra. Now, it might be a new you through communication in the way that you relate to other people, but it could be how you look. You could change your hair, you could change the way you dress. Maybe you need some new shoes. It can be small like that. But you're being asked to embrace a new version of yourself, letting go of outdated aspects of your identity and stepping into your personal power. So that means different things for different people. It could just be the way you carry yourself. It could be that you have decided you need more education, and with that education becomes more of an authority towards something. So maybe you're taking new classes or thinking about learning something new. It's an ideal time to start a new set of personal goals and think about your image, Libra. What do you want to project out into the world? What do other people see? So if you put your manifesting powers on making changes within yourself, powerful changes about how you see yourself and how others perceive you out into the world, you are going to make the most of this new moon eclipse, Libra. So I want you to really dive in. It might cause you to go internal for a second, and that's perfect because this is a new moon. It's an internal time. And say, how do I want to be seen out in the world? It's time for you to make those changes so you can shine the way that you need to. Your focus is on self-discovery, identity, and personal transformation, Libra. Next, we have Scorpio. Scorpio, this eclipse is coming into your subconscious, and you're like, well, what does that mean? It's into the hidden places, the hidden recesses. It's moving into that attic space inside of you that nobody else gets to see, Scorpio, and it may or may not be a pretty place, right? So light is being shown through this eclipse into those hidden dark areas where you need to let go of something. You need to let go of something you're hanging on to. You need to let go of old patterns. You need to heal from something. This is a time where you may really disconnect from the world, go inside and reflect on becoming something new. You are transforming. It's a period of reflection, rest, and spiritual growth. It's time to release anything that no longer serves you, Scorpio, for your highest good. That's what you're looking for. And you may feel drawn to meditation, yoga, therapy, retreating from the outside world and doing inner work, whatever that means for you. That can just be going out in nature. That can be going for a walk. That can be going for a hike. It may be spending time with animals. Whatever things that feel therapeutic to you would be in your best interest during this eclipse window, which will go on past the 2nd. So the eclipse portal, really, or window, is from the week before the first eclipse, which was back on the September 17th, through this eclipse, which is October 2nd, and then another week, which takes us to October 9th. So you might already be feeling this. You might already be feeling like you need to retreat a little bit. You've been spending a little more time alone. You've been kind of in your head. You've been thinking all kinds of thoughts, and maybe stuff from the past has been coming up. You're going to be able to let that stuff go. This is a purging eclipse that is going to help you to release it so that you make way for something new. And I hope that happens for you, Scorpio. I truly do. I want you to find the healing, the spiritual growth, and let go of that past. You don't need it anymore, okay? Next, we have Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this eclipse is going to highlight friendships, groups, and your long-term goals. You might experience changes in your social circle, or you're drawn to new groups or causes or something that aligns more with your values. It's a time for revisiting your long-term aspirations and making sure that your goals are aligned with who you're becoming, Sag, because you are becoming something new. Friendships and community involvement play a significant role in this transformation. So it's those groups that you identify yourself with, Sag. You're going to be looking at those groups, those social networks, and then long-term goal planning. You know, it's not that far from 2025, and we have big changes coming in 2025. Many planets are changing signs. The nodes are going to change. We are headed into a big season of change. So, Sag, it's time for you to get clear on what your goals are, where you're going, where you're headed, and who you're involved with as you go there. So, that is what you're going to be looking at for this eclipse. And then Capricorn. Capricorn, you are in your favorite place, thinking about your career, your social standing. Where are you climbing to, Capricorn? You are ambitious. So this eclipse could bring you a new job. It can bring you growth in your professional life. You might be taking on a new leadership role, a shift in your career entirely. It's a transformation of how you are seen out in the world. Your ambitions may go from 1.0 to 2.0, and all of a sudden you're just working toward a goal, which is just fine. And you'll be focused on creating a balanced and harmonious approach to that success. So that work-life balance, because we're in Libra, we're trying to find our equilibrium. And you know, a goat can climb that mountain the best whenever he can find his footing. So use this eclipse to help you find your footing and to make those career goals and your public image goals and your leadership goals, Capricorn. All good stuff. You are in your lane. You are in your wheelhouse here, and I know that you will use this to your advantage. So good job, Capricorn. Next, we have Aquarius. Aquarius, this solar eclipse and new moon is going to activate travel, higher learning, belief system, spirituality. You may feel called to explore. You are a Dora Explorer. All of a sudden, you are thinking about a trip to Bali. You are thinking about taking a retreat. Travel, education, spiritual growth. This is a powerful time to expand your worldview, Aquarius, and challenge old beliefs. New belief systems are coming through. You're seeing something in a new way. Opportunities for personal growth, for studying, for long distance journeys. So you may be thinking about taking a class that somehow involves another culture or something that's far away from you. And I'd say do it. It's good for you, Aquarius. You need a new mindset. You need something new to noodle on. You are definitely a thinker. Our Aquarians are thinkers. And this eclipse is going to broaden your mindset. It is going to help you be more of the eagle perspective instead of the sparrow. You're seeing from a larger viewpoint, a larger world point, and it's going to help you prepare for the future. And the future's coming. Pluto's coming into Aquarius soon. That's happening in November, and we're going to be there for good. So it's important that you get really your mindset about what's happening for the future. So good luck, Aquarius, as you lead us into 2025. Next, we have Pisces. Pisces, this eclipse is happening in a very interesting place for you. It is in your house, the 8th house of transformation, shared resources, deep emotional bonds. It's your house of intimacy, and it's also the house of your hidden wealth. So there may be money topics coming up. You may find some resources that you didn't have, deep inner resources. You can experience shifts in financial partnerships, possible intimate relationships. This is a time to face your fears and embrace personal transformation. You might be drawn to explore deeper emotional or spiritual connections, or you could deal with issues surrounding shared resources such as debts, inheritances, or joint finances. It's also the house of taxes, so you might be feeling called to work on your taxes for next year. But your focus, think about these words: transformation, intimacy, shared resources. That's what's coming up for you with this eclipse energy. And the eclipses can really last for, that energy can be 3 months before you even know what's happened. You will have forgotten that you heard this forecast, so write those keywords down, put it on your refrigerator, reflect back on it, because you're going to see that some of those shifts did happen maybe in subtle ways that you didn't notice before. So then I like to look at a book that I just love. This is called Eclipses in You. It is by a famous medical astrologer. Her name is Judith Hill. You may have heard of her. She's been around forever. And she talks about the eclipses. And I just wanted to tell you a little bit because this is a solar eclipse. It is governing all balances, she says. These eclipses are felt in the social and marital arenas of life. Important decisions are usually forced within 30 to 90 days following these events. Relationships are strongly impacted up or down depending on the polarity of the eclipse and the individual chart. And that's why you would need an astrologer if you want to dive in further. So some medical effects, which I think are important just to note, is that Libra governs all the balances in our body: our hormones, our glands, our salt balance, our electrolyte balance, locomotion, so that's walking, running, and our alkalines and our acids, so that's like drinking soda pop versus something really acidic like lemon water, that like lemonade made with fresh lemons. So Libra rules the kidneys, the lower back, the lumbar region, and influences the ovaries. So those are body areas in medical astrology that you're going to want to watch, that are going to be extra sensitive during this eclipse. And it can also affect people with blood sugar imbalances. So make sure you don't let your blood sugar get low. And it impacts the adrenal glands. So there are yoga poses that you can do that can help you drain your adrenal glands. You can look those up online. Simple little funny things, even like chicken arms, that can help with the glands underneath your arms. But I just think with that power surge, it's important to feel into our bodies and think about, okay, where is this energy kind of kicking in through or for us? Because that might be where we have a concern at, right? It's good to stay extra hydrated during eclipse, to eat high chi foods, which are like nuts and dates and figs, natural and whole foods like whole vegetables, not things that are processed or cooked. So I'm really interested in medical astrology. Hopefully you'll see that we have a class coming up in that area soon. And speaking of classes, at the Astro College, we currently have a horary class starting here in October 17th, I believe. And it is a 9-week class. Now, what is horary? Horary is a type of astrology that's like divination. It is like using your tarot cards, but it is through a chart. And you can ask chart a question and it will literally answer it for you. It is mind-blowing. I've had some horary training and it is just amazing, but you got to ask the question the right way, and sometimes the chart will say no, I'm not going to answer it right now, which is like, whoa, how can that be? But it truly can be a helpful tool to help you find your keys, to help you figure out where you lost your code at, and that chart can show you. It can locate your missing dog. It can help you find something that you lost or is missing, or answer specific questions, generally yes or no questions. So if you want more information about that, go to our main website, astrocollege.org, and you can find out all about our horary class with Elena Lumen. She has taught this class for a number of years. She is well experienced, and one of the great things about taking this with her is that she will show you some of the advanced techniques. So you've got basic horary, because this is an intro class, right? But you've got basic horary techniques, but then there are certain techniques that the more skilled astrologers use, and that's what I always like to know. Like, tell me what these little extra perks are, and Elena's going to show you that. And all classes are recorded, and you can access them at any time. So I want you to jump on astrocollege.org and look that horary course up. I think it would be a really good time to take it this fall, and you'll know how to answer your questions before the holidays. So that's it for me, friends. This has been our weekly weather and horoscopes for September 26th through October 2nd, the big old eclipse energy. My name is Jennifer Barish. You can find me at Magical Life Astrology, and this recording is for the Astro College, the International Academy of Astrology, where we can take college level astrology courses. It's astrology for beginners, but up to professionals who can get certified in astrology. So come check us out. Come visit me sometime. We do readings. It's been nice being here with you. Have a great eclipse. Take care. Bye, friends.